When I was a little kid, I was probably maybe 2 years old. My parents moved into a new house because, I think they just had their fourth kid. And the old house was way too small. So we moved into this old fixer-upper Victorian house, that it was completely empty except that it came with this grand piano. And it was completely out of tune, I'm sure, and I had no idea. But I gravitated towards that piano ever since, the first day I walked in. My mom said that she lost me, and she heard me crying, and she walked into the room, and I was under the piano, just sitting there by myself. But after that day, she just said I would walk over and play with it, and she'd hear me kind of singing. And I didn't have lessons right away, but I did piano lessons later, and then violin lessons and clarinet lessons through my school, the elementary school I grew up going to. They gave you free lessons, so I did that till 6th grade. Sure. You guys ready?
Yeah. Ready.
Okay. Yeah. Well, in a studio, you have the safety of, knowing what you want to do, having multiple tries to get it perfect, and affecting it how you want to affect it, and the time to build it up and turn it into something that's bigger than you're able to recreate live. But the fun part with the live band is that you can take the most necessary parts of the song and do the bare bones, more raw version of the song. And mistakes during shows I welcome, because I think that's the cool part. That's the human part of a show, is just letting it be natural and letting it be imperfect, and also just finding out how you connect to the song in a different way.
Sorry, let me try that again. Sorry. Okay.
I'm not a great communicator, that I'm an introvert. by nature, and this is a really hard profession to have when you're an introvert and painfully shy. But I'm learning to understand more about what it means. But, you know, nowadays to be an introvert in this society, it's kind of frowned upon, and it's expected for you to be social and to meet people and to network and to learn how to do that. Being an introvert, it's a real challenge, but now I know what it is. Like, I don't feel like a freak. I just well, I'm still learning how to be better at it. Well, all the time, and it's getting to be so much more, you know. I was talking to my friend earlier that I feel lucky that I grew up in the 90s where I didn't have a phone. Like it was lucky that you had a phone in your room, you know,
Yeah.
like the wireless phone. And then I had a Walkman, a cassette player Walkman until I was a teenager, and then I finally got a CD player, but when I was like 16, you know?
Okay. sun comes up, I'm in trouble. People say I'm a one-hit wonder, but what happens when I have to? I washed your dishes, but I shit in your bathroom. Even when the sun comes up, I'm in trouble. Even when the sun comes up, I'm in trouble. We broke your glasses, but covered our asses. Take time silently, feel real room high-five. Every time the sun comes up, I'm in trouble. Every time the sun comes up, I'm in trouble. Every time the sun comes up, I'm in trouble. Imagine when every time the sun comes up, I see double. Cool.
Let's see. I guess For You from my first album, Because I Was in Love, was when right before I decided to move to New York, and I was in Austin staying with a friend trying to decide if that's where I wanted to live. And he gave me a guitar, and I wrote a lot of those songs on this guitar that he gave me. And then I decided to move to New York, and I met Greg Weeks, who put out my second record, Epic. He put out Because I Was in Love. And through Greg, I met Brian McTeer, who recorded my second record, Epic. And the song Love More on that album was about going through a breakup, but having it be something, because of all of the pain, you learn to love more, and instead of choosing darkness or being bitter, like, you realize that it just opened you up a lot more. So that was a big breakthrough for me. And then because of that song, I met Aaron Dessner, who recorded and produced Tramp, my third album. And that was the first time I shared with somebody my rock songs. And he didn't laugh at me. And he encouraged me to record them. And I had never had a band before, really. And we recorded All I Can and Serpents and Warsaw, which were all songs around that time that I was learning how to not just be sad and play like slow songs, but allow myself to be upset and play more aggressive songs. And those were the more rock songs on that record. And on this song, on this new album, Are We There, I think taking that a step further and really looking inward and looking back on all that I've accomplished and the relationship I was struggling in for the last 10 years, I realized that it was just really unhealthy and we just weren't compatible. And I wrote the song Your Love Is Killing Me because I could acknowledge that I loved him and he loved me, but it just wasn't healthy. And learning to understand why that was healthy. Like, I wrote that song before realizing it was going to be, like, exist in the world. I was more just analyzing what we had been through, and that's that song. I'm where I want to be right now, but I'm just on a path, but I'm still on a path. I don't know where it's going, but I'm happy where I am right now.